Oh, what is up, everybody? Asian Boy 0122 here, and I'm back once again. I know I said that last time in my last video, but for sure I am probably back for the long term here. Probably not just putting out videos every single day or week, but I will try my best to upload some videos and continue on this YouTube path of mine. And to get the ball rolling, how about a nice little treat for the Medal of Honor Warfighter beta on the Xbox. I've been playing this game for a while now, about an hour or two, not a whole while, but from so far, from what I've experienced, it's pretty cool. It's exactly like any beta you would expect from EA. It's one map, it's limited to a couple classes, but from so far, it's been an enjoyable experience. That is, if you know how to cooperate with your team, or most importantly, your fire team. This game is all about teamwork, and if you're going lone wolf in this game, you might as well just get rid of the game, delete it off your hard drive, or go do stuff like that, because it's a team-based game, and you need to rely on your teammates to give you some health, some ammo, and to get through the game. Now, moving on, I like to discuss some parts of it. Yes, there's one mode, and the mode is kind of like Rush in Battlefield 3. It just has one objective though, and you move back and forth. It's kind of like Homefront, where you get the flag, and then if you lose it, then you move back, and you move forward, and you move back, and you move forward. Something along those lines. Now, it's one map only. I forget what it's called because I don't even think there's a loading screen menu for it, because the loading screen menu just advertises the game. Yo, dog, I heard you were playing this game, so I thought we were going to advertise the full game inside the beta, because, dog, that is what EA does. And nothing information about the map whatsoever. Loading screens is crap. And that goes to my next point, which is the menus. Menus are really sucking in this game. They're bad. They're clunky. Even though at first I thought they were aesthetic pleasing, but they're just horrendous looking, and I cannot stand it at all, because you try to go invite your friends, you have to go through some menus, and then invite, and then you try to change your weapon or your classes or your options for your game and setting TVs, and you have to go through this and that and this and that. It's just a hassle. And then in-game, they don't make it easier in-game either. No, no, no. They make it as hard as the menus that you see before you go into the game. You're stuck with that menu, and hopefully in the final release they do something about that menu that makes it much more user-friendly, because I really like the user interface. It has a lot of potential, but at the same time it could be a whole cluster of I don't know what to press, or I don't know what to do, and somehow you could end up in one place starting a game, and the next place you could end up just creating a platoon or something along those lines, because menus for the beta is just all out there, wavy, inflatable, tubular man. But back to the gameplay. This game reminds me of Call of Duty the most, because the gunplay and how you approach things is Call of Duty. Like, you don't have the strategic approach that you have in Battlefield, but at the same time you also have the teamwork from Battlefield. But most of this game is directed towards the Call of Duty audience, as EA would probably do. So at the same time you're gunning and running, and another time you could be just talking, coordinating enemy attacks on the enemy with your fire team member, who in this case is Bookworm, a friend of mine that I had the chance of playing with. I couldn't get any other recorded footage with my other friends, even though you could have friends in other fire teams in one game as well. Now, there's a lot of factions to choose from in this game. I can't remember them all, but from what I remember, there's the Americans, there's the Canadians, there's the Koreans, there's Australian in there somewhere, and of course the English, and the Polish, I think, and then there's the Russian. I probably just named most of them, but there's a couple more that I missed. Also, there can be multiple factions for one country. For example, the U.S. has three factions that you choose from: the SFOD and the Navy, and then there's one more, the OGA, I think. And That's basically how it is. It's not just for aesthetics or like to show off. It's more of a stats when you choose a faction, because one US team might have more stealth than the other, or one US team more might have a better accuracy over range than the other. It's complicated to describe unless you try out the game, because from what I've experienced so far isn't a whole lot, so I can't speak on it too much, but I'm just speaking from what I've seen and from what I've played so far. But mostly, I play just to have fun at the moment. I don't really care about the system so much because it'll probably be improved and reset in the final game. So what I'm talking about now may not be the final product of the game later on. But anyways, backwards into the game, you have you get to unlock 6 classes for your in-game character. You could choose the factions for it over time. That is, if you unlock it. Everything in this game is mostly about unlocks. You start with one faction, and that faction has one gun and a couple unlocks for it. And then moving onwards in the gameplay, you unlock more stuff, more factions, more guns, and you basically have a whole worldwide arsenal at your team. At your disposal, as opposed to other games like Battlefield, where it's just one faction specific, and you have that many weapons, and you can unlock them all. And the Russian side, which has specific number of weapons, you can unlock them all eventually. This, I think, is faction specific only, and it will probably stay that way because I'd like it to. But that's all I can tell from experience playing this game, and so far it's been a pretty cool ride. It's fun. It's not for those who aren't so good in first-person shooter games. But if you are a known person to play first-person shooter games and you're really interested in this game, do yourself a favor if you have an Xbox and get the beta, because it's fun, it's free, and I mean, what could go wrong? You could either go happy that you have a good KD and a good score per minute on Battlelog, or you could cry in the toilet or throw your controller away that you have a bad first-person shooter experience. But that's about it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this commentary of me being back. I'll probably upload a couple more videos coming along in the upcoming days, but that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time.